I was about to finish the biggest order of my life when a SWAT team kicked in the door and arrested me for murdering 9 people. Open the door! The breaching ram hit the front of the shop before I even heard the trucks. 6 officers in tactical gear poured in over the broken glass, rifles up, screaming at me to get on the ground. One of them kicked my legs out. Another pinned my face to the floor tile. My hands were still wet with blood from the counter, smearing across the white tile under my cheek. Don't move! The order I'd spent all night on sat half-finished on the cutting table above me. Biggest job the shop had ever taken. I'd been so close. They zip-tied my wrists and sat me on a stool by the register. Officers swarmed the back. The walk-in, the freezers, my dad's old logbook. The lead detective crouched in front of me, calm in a way that scared me worse than the shouting. He held up his phone. "We have your messages. We know what you've been doing back here." My stomach dropped through the floor. He pressed play on a screenshot reader. My own text came up on the screen. "Got 2 fresh bodies in the back. Need them broken down before sunrise." Wait, that's not what. He cut me off and swiped to the next one. "Floor's covered in blood again. Saw went straight through the spine." "Those are deliveries," I said. My voice was shaking. "This is a butcher shop. I cut meat." "We know it's a butcher shop," another officer said, photographing my bone saw. "Butcher shops don't run at 4 in the morning. Neighbors don't hear screaming about bodies at 4. He swiped again. "3 more coming tonight. Hang them, drain them, save the heads. Customers want the heads." My mother was on the phone with someone, sobbing in the doorway where they'd let her stand. The detective held up the logbook. Pages of names, times, dollar amounts. Tucker, Vance, Pollard, Galvez. "You want to tell me who these people are?" "Customers," I said. "Their orders are right next to the names." He didn't even look down. "Your new neighbor's been watching this place for weeks. Trucks at night. A saw running till morning. Said the smell some mornings turned her stomach." A younger officer leaned in from the back room. "Walk-ins full. Hooks and racks, floor to ceiling. There's got to be a dozen of them hanging in there. Those are hogs." I was crying now, the ties cutting my wrists. "It's a hog and a half steer. It's the holiday order. We've got 4 open missing persons cases in this county," the detective said, like he hadn't heard me. They'd pulled in Ruben, my 16-year-old part-timer, and the farmer who supplies me, both in separate cars out front because of texts I sent them. They bagged my cleavers, photographed the floor drain, scrolled my search history out loud. "How to debone a shoulder. How to break a carcass fast. Best blade for cutting through joints." "For meat," I said. "All of it is for meat," his radio crackled. "No human remains on the floor. Everything tagged as livestock." The detective frowned. "Could be moving them, could be hidden." He turned back to me. "Where are the rest?" "There is no rest. Read the full messages," I said, my voice finally breaking through. "All of them, not the pieces you cut out. Read the whole thread." He stared at me a long second, then nodded at the officer with the phone. The kid scrolled to the top and read it straight through. "Got 2 fresh bodies in the back." Then the next line, same thread, same minute. "The Galvez farm dropped 2 hogs. Need them broken down before the Tucker pickup at 6. Floor's covered in blood again. Saw went straight through the spine." Then the reply, "Mine. Half steer for the Vance order, splitting it down the backbone now. Save the heads. Customers want the heads." Then, "Pollard wants both hog heads for the Christmas roast. Set them aside." The room went quiet. The detective walked to the walk-in himself. He read the tags on the hanging carcasses, slower each time. Galvez, Galvez, Vance, Tucker. Every body in my messages was followed in the same breath by an invoice number, a farm, a pickup time. Someone had screenshotted my texts and snipped every word that made them ordinary. Cut out the farms. Cut out the orders. What was left sounded like a man cutting up people in the dark. My mother stopped crying. She just stared at the officers with something colder than fear. "Someone edited these," the detective said quietly. "Stripped the context and sent the screenshots through the anonymous tip line." He cut the ties off my wrists. They were gone in under 5 minutes. No apology. No telling me who did it or why. Just boots crunching over my broken front door. I sat on the stool, rubbing my wrists. The walk-in stood wide open where they'd left it. The cooling unit dead. Every hook dripping onto the floor. The whole holiday order. 3 weeks of work. The job that was finally going to put the shop back in the black, warm, and ruined on the racks. I'd been 1 night away from finishing it.